Nothing to do with that.
No?
That was all Jack Murphy.
Okay.
And so Jack surprised me, and obviously I love my staff and give them a ton of freedom. So whatever they felt most comfortable with, I was gonna let it roll.
What do you hope to see, and what did you see?
I mean, I think what you're hoping to see is you're building habits and you're getting a comfort with the way we play. To be honest with you, that's the longest, extended scrimmage we've had. We do a lot of things, 4 possessions, 5 possessions, 10 possessions, 20 possessions, 8 minutes on the clock. But to go 20 minutes, so just to see us get in the flow and get up and down and see some of our newer guys kind of get comfortable and have them understand why we do the things we do and why we play with the pace and tempo we do.
Different than other scrimmages you've had then?
I mean, not really. I mean, it's as a coach, to be honest with you, it's nice to see the ball go in the basket. You always wonder, what if we come out and don't make a shot today and it's 12-10 after 20 minutes? But, we made some shots and did some good things. I mean, I'm sure you're going to look back and wish you did some better things defensively. But all in all, I was happy with the guys.
Previous tonight was just precautionary, given it's a scrimmage.
Yeah, we're giving him a little time. He hasn't practiced in a few weeks, and we're not going to throw him in. But there's no secret. Like if we were, in the midst of games, that he would be available to play.
Can you detail what it is, or like roughly?
HEPA. Isn't that what they call it? HIPAA? Man, not really. I really can't. And to be honest with you, Bruce, it's stuff that it's beyond me. But I don't think it's anything crazy. I don't know all the technical terms.
When you played in an exhibition game, you still got a couple, 10 days or?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep watching it and making progress. I mean, I talked to our doctor and J Rock today, and they're both very optimistic that we're on the right track.
Tommy, you guys go 9-10 deep. Does that first team or the second team give that first team what it needs, and vice versa?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, most days in practice we mix it up. We don't have like a first team, second team type deal. And what's really been nice this year is we have a lot of walk-ons, and they're a pretty quality group, a good quality group of players. I mean, they can get out there and simulate things and execute things and give those first two groups at least a good look. So the flexibility we've had in practice with lineups and different teams has really been helpful, I think.
You have 20 guys. Is that a lot of guys for you?
Well, it's a lot. It's a lot for everybody. But I couldn't imagine us doing it without any of them. And so it's great having all 20. All 20, add to the culture. And there's a power in numbers. And there really is. And if you have good people around that are positive with good energy, I mean, that's a powerful force. And it's not always going to mean everybody's going to play or everyone makes an impact on the court, but everyone can make an impact on the culture, and they do. And and our student managers really do as well. I mean, our managers are are next level, and they probably don't get enough credit, but they've been awesome.
The other day, KJ said that he felt this team had the potential to be much better defensively than last year's team. Do you agree with that? Are you ready to go that far?
I'm not going to make any predictions. That. I think this team has a chance to be a really good defensive team. I think some of the pieces make sense, but we also lost some really good defenders. I mean, Big O was very effective in his own way. I mean, could be dominant. Obviously, Keyshawn, was a defensive specialist. Pella was very versatile defensively. And so we're going to have to grow into that. We might be able to do some different things this year than we've done in the past that allows us maybe to be a little bit more aggressive. But individually, I think we have the pieces. Tactically, I think we're on the right track. Now we got to, like anything, we got to get a little more experience and get better. But I do think we can be a team that hangs our hat on the defensive end of the floor for sure.
That KJ mentioned also in terms of getting better defensively, the versatility that's on the roster now with the guys that you brought in. Can you just talk a little bit about what you were looking for there with the transfer?
Yeah, I mean, the transfer deals, it's a wild, and it happens so fast. You don't really get to go out and script. This is exactly what I'm looking for. You're looking for what we're looking for is really good players that have a lot of winning qualities and that are great people. And we feel like of the 3 transfers we took, we don't feel like we could have done any better. And so we love how it ended up, and I think they're going to all be really, really valuable pieces to this roster. And I think you could probably see a little bit of that tonight.
Caleb and Delly going head-to-head in the three-point contest and then the game too. I mean, is that consistent with what you're seeing? Are those the 2 best shooters, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, overall, they're our two best shooters. We've had some other guys shoot the ball well, too. I mean, obviously, I think KJ and Jaden have both made a lot of progress in that area. Henry's really shot the ball well all fall. Tobe and Trey have really come along there. And Carter has really consistently made threes. Basically every practice he's participated in, he shot the ball well and easy. So I like where we're at. And we're never going to be a team that's going to be dependent on shooting 43s. We would rather shoot 30 free throws and, play in that way. And let's hope we get, 20 to 24 good looks at three from the right shooters. And I think that'll give us the right mix of threes that we're looking for.
Two more questions. Carter being in the three-point contest and the dunk contest, is that kind of an indication of how
Well,
versatile?
to be honest with you, I think we have some good dunkers, but I don't know if we're like dunk contest dunkers. I think we're more like we have some guys that can dunk in games. And so, I don't know. I'm sitting there thinking, the dunk contest. Do we need to go to a skills competition? Like whatever. But come on, Carter's really talented. So, obviously he can make threes and he can put his head on the rim. Those are great qualities to have for a young player.
This last year at the end, kind of with your guards, with Lewis and Love, and I'm being old, forget the guard. So you use them a lot. Do we see that? We see that a lot.
Using,
The three guards.
yeah, using KJ, Jaden, and Caleb. Yeah, I think those guys are, I've said it many times before. This day and age, when you get, three guards that were in your rotation, a big part of your rotation last year, back for the next year, you feel like you have three seniors, and so they've all grown in the program and they've gotten better as players. So, I really think that trio has a chance to be one of the best backcourts in the country. We could take a few more questions. I got a little time before I got to get on stage with Mixmaster Mike. I got a busy night. I've been, huh?
Like a DJ set that you like?
No, I'm more of an MC. You know what I mean? You put the mic in my hand and let's see what happens. I got a bunch of rhymes written in my back pocket right here. I'm going to pull out tonight. So we'll see how that goes. No video. Yeah, no video allowed, and the legend's going to grow.
Del also a little bit maybe surprised you in terms of what he can do offensively, because it seemed like he was handling the ball very well out there.
No, he's Anthony's a really good player, and he's got a great feel for the game, a great IQ. Obviously, you guys see he can really shoot the ball, and he's more than a shooter. He's a very cerebral player who makes good decisions with the ball, and I think he's going to have a big impact on this team, and we're lucky to have him. And defensively, he does some really good things well. He's one of our best guys at understanding schemes and concepts, and kind of help side type defense. So, listen. Recruiting's crazy. It was a 12-hour recruitment. We talked to him one day. We had to make a decision on him the next morning. And when you have a kid that visited good schools, his sales pitch to me was, Coach, I visited these other schools, but I'd rather come off the bench at Arizona than start at any of those other schools. You listen. And when you get somebody with that type of character, you wrap your arms around him, and you're lucky to have him. So he's going to be a significant impact for us.
It is very obvious that Tobe is a strong player, especially on the block. The benefit of having a guy like him that's difficult to move.
Hey, I love having the biggest, strongest guys on the floor. And Tobe's just he's such a sweetheart of a person, but he's such a warrior of a player. It's a great combination. I think he's really grown in his short time here. And, he came from a program that prides itself in toughness, and he's a tough-natured player. But, we've seen him grow in a lot of other areas. So I think he's a great learner, and I think with continued experience in our program, I really think this is going to turn out to be a special player.
What was your thought just how Henry's doing? We hadn't seen him out there in a while.
Henry's been awesome. You guys, I know maybe he was out of sight, out of mind for some of you last year, but he was making progress the whole time. And so Henry deserves a ton of credit. What Henry's doing has kind of been lost in college basketball today. Struggling, waiting your turn. Maybe redshirting, and obviously he redshirted. The injury was the major part of it, but I think that was a gift for him. And now you just see his body, you see his confidence. You see a 7-foot guy coming off some of those short roll ball screens, hitting floaters like that. That's really unique stuff. And then he can stroke threes. I was surprised he missed that three. So, he's done well, and he's been consistently good. So I'm really happy for him. But hey, here's the deal: we got to keep pushing. We got to keep pushing. I mean, I told our guys, you know, no matter what happens today in the red-blue game, whether you play great, your team wins, you play bad, your team loses, it's going to probably have no impact on our journey as a team this season or your journey as a player. So, you know, hey, we practice tomorrow. I can't wait. You know, we're going to tape up and we're going to get after it like a normal day. You know, it's not going to be we're celebrating nothing. We got a lot of work to do.
With Krivas sitting out, has that affected the way you practice with guys like Tobe and Henry as far as?
Well, not really. I mean, we still have 4 bigs we can rotate in there, and you know, we got some GAs that can step in and be a body, and we got some guys what we call our green squad that can step in and be a body. So we've been able to, you know, it's a great thing having a lot of good players. We've been able to kind of move full steam ahead, even though one of our main guys is out. So I like where this team's at, and I'm excited to add him back to the mix shortly.
Was that kind of characteristic of Emmanuel too, flashing some talent, but I think you had, 3 fouls in 7 minutes?
I mean, yeah, I mean, at least 3,000, you know, that they called. You know, E-Man he's doing great. You know, he's right where he should be. You know, we knew he was going to be raw, but we love his energy, and we love his effort, and we love having him around every day. So, you know, I mean, the big test for him is just going to be hanging with it and having a little patience, you know, learning from some of the veterans, learning from the staff, and then, you know, let's work really hard. And, you know, it's in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 12 months, let's pop our head up and see where we're at. And I think if he has that approach, he's going to make, you know, significant strides. All right, see you guys at Gentle Ben's.